Ladies and gentlemen, it is Hot 97.5. I got the legendary, underrated sometimes, JD. Good morning. How you feeling, man?
I'm good. What's happening?
You know, the other day I was watching Dr. Dre's Defiant Ones.
Yeah.
And how they were talking about how they put together music and what Dr. Dre go through. And immediately I thought of you. Because we was having an argument at the barbershop the other day about dopest producers of all time. Because, you know, Timberland got the little challenge with Swiss Beats. Yeah. And everybody was like, if I had to pick a producer, I would pick Timberland. I was like, fool, I'll pick JD.
I appreciate that.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Because a lot of people don't realize how versatile you really are.
Yeah.
You know, and when you look at the whole hip-hop as a whole, dog, people don't know you used to be a dancer.
Yeah, I'm 100% every bit of hip hop.
Absolutely,
every aspect. You know, the DJing, the producing, the rapping, the dancing. You name it, every part of it. I'm at least a piece of it.
Right. Yeah. Does it ever bother you, or does it ever cross your mind when people say like different things but don't mention your name right away?
Nah, cause I mean, you know, I designed my career the way I designed it. You know what I mean? It's that they don't. You know, people can't trace all my music because I did it like that. You know what I mean? Right. I didn't make records that I didn't make a bunch of artist records that sound the same. You know what I mean? I made records that if I work with this group, that's how they sound when I put them out, and then I work with another group, that's how they sound when they come out. And there's not really a lot of people that produce like that that try to change.
Right.
You know what I mean? I tried numerous of times to like make my sound different, like make Jagged Edge records sound different than Usher records.
Right.
And then, you know, Usher and Jagged Edge, none of their records sounded anything like Mariah Carey.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I deliberately did this, you know what I mean? Not knowing that people was gonna have a battle at, you know, and 10 years later. So I mean, you know, it's designed like that. So I can't really, you know, you can't. I can't make people just be that keen at what's going on. You know, it don't sound the same.
How do you stay relevant for as long as you've been relevant? Like, how do you continue to reinvent your sound, reinvent the things you do? Like, how do you do that? What's your process to staying relevant?
I mean, you know, I've been way ahead of people. So, you know what I mean? By the time they caught up. By the time they caught up with me, I was on something else today, just trying to get on at that particular point in time. Like, it's just like, I mean, you know, I stay around a lot of young people. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I always had young people around me, and you know, that's continued to keep going. But I mean, really, it's just, you know, it ain't a lot of people that's up on what's supposed to be fly and what's creating fly. So it ain't. To me, I look at that, you know, I can see it and I'm like, I see what they doing. They trying to do something I did 10 years ago. They doing something, you know, I just move differently. And I feel like, you know, this industry gravitates to people who feel like, you know, if you know, that's something that I learned when I was 12. Like, when I was first getting in the music industry, my determination was just like I had to make sure people felt like I knew what I was doing. And once people saw that I was acting like that, I didn't know what I was doing.
Perception is reality, man.
Once people saw that I was doing it, there was more people gravitating to like listen to what I had to say. And, you know, from there I learned that that's what needed to happen.
You know, I ain't gonna lie. One day I'm going through the channels and I'm like, "What the hell is this?" I'm on Lifetime.
Yeah,
I see the rap game.
Wait, roll back. You're just on Lifetime.
Yeah, no, look, I'm going through the channels.
Oh, you going through the channels?
I see your face.
I like how you.
Go back.
I like how he trying to make it seem like he ain't on Lifetime watching some Lifetime movies.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. I was hanging out with my cougar.
You gonna kick it over there,
and we was watching Lifetime.
Yeah, that's how it usually goes. That's how it usually go.
And then we checked out rap. I was like, it's a dope show though, bro.
Yeah.
Like I you know how they had the whole marathon going. I watched the whole, like, from the beginning, the whole day marathon. What made you come up with a show like that and create a platform for kids like that?
Well, I mean, you know, that's what I've been doing for the longest. You know what I mean? One of the things, like you say, when people say like I'm underrated, it's like people don't actually see they don't know what I do. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't know. They think that I might have made a few beats here and there. They don't know I be writing the song. They don't know half of the stuff that I do. So I felt like it was important for me to show people exactly what I actually do at some point. And you still don't actually see it all on that show, but you see it, you get a better grasp of what Jermaine Dupri has done for other artists, that you probably love. Now,
by you working with children, you got to work with the parents. Are the parents difficult in the process of you developing the star? Like, what are some of the obstacles you go through with the parents?
I mean, the parents believe that they kids are stars, and they believe that they stars. They believe that they managers. See, the funny part is that just because your kid got talent don't mean that you got the talent. Like, you're not, you know what I mean? They automatically believe, like, my kid is a rapper. I'm a manager. How? You was just working at the car dealership.
You just agree to at Walmart. What are you talking about?
Managing now? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the thing that you have to deal with. Your people not really understanding the reality. Like, if I say if a kid has talent, that's cool. I'm talking about that kid.
Right.
It don't have nothing to really do with you, but you got to deal with that, and you got to deal with the parents like not understanding what I'm saying to their kids.
Right.
And they take it harder than the kids sometimes.
What about kids that's watching us or listening to us on the radio right now, and parents? What is the one quality that you look for in choosing a star or choosing a kid that you would possibly work with and making their career a success?
I mean, in today's world, it's just, these kids have to be really putting in their own work. You know what I mean? They got a lot of different outlets that they can work themselves, and they got to show that they really want that. You know what I mean? They got to get on their YouTubes. They got to get on their Instagrams. They got to get on their Twitters. They got to get on SoundCloud. It's so much, but it's a lot of work. But, if you show that work, then people pay attention to it. You know what I mean? If you showing that you out here really trying to put that work in. So that's in today's world of what I'm looking at for artists. First, I'm looking at if you're good, right? So if you got the talent, but you ain't putting in that work, then I'm sound like, I'll catch you when you start figuring out what's going on. Because you got to really pay attention to what's happening right now.
What is the biggest smoke and mirror in entertainment that you could share with people?
That, when you have the most success that you could possibly have is still your life it ain't life changing like that. Like, I mean, you make more money, but you know what I mean, at the same time, you still got to build. You know what I mean? That's one of the things that I did. I didn't pay attention to building the team like I should have built when I first got into the music industry. I just thought that all of that happens automatically based on you having a hit record. You know what I mean?
Right. Another thing that I want to ask you, you got the New Edition biopics, the NWA biopics. Can we see a So Def biopic?
I mean, I would hope so, but I think like it's trying to do like a performance on the BET Awards, and it's so long. You know what I mean? It's probably the longest of any artist, any group, artist or label that could actually do it. You know what I mean? I got so many artists, and every one of the artists got records that people want to hear. So it's like, to figure it out, it'll be cool. You know what I mean? I have to figure out the twist of it and try to figure it out. But I feel like for me, it's we ain't got there yet. Like, you know what I mean? I done did a lot, but I ain't got there yet for the bio.
Right.
You know what I mean? I know people want to see it, but I ain't got there yet. I'm gonna get there though.
Right. What do you want to do next? Like, what's the long term goal?
Man, I'm taking over the world, man.
Right.
I mean, I do TV now, so you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm getting ready to just like do as much of that as possible. You know what I mean? I like that space. I feel like it's if you understand what you're doing with it, it's smart for where we are right now.
Yep.
And it moves, it moves in the direction like something I feel like it could be easy for me. You know what I mean? And I'm not doing it because it's easy, but I feel like
it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. I know, and I think they need it. You know what I mean? I think more content is needed to a bunch of these different spaces. So I got a lot of ideas and a lot of things like that. So I'm trying to go in that space and just continue. Like I feel like for music and TV and movies and all of that, it's just continue to keep creating, man.
Absolutely. Before you get out of here, I want to play a little game with you. It's called First Thought. I'm gonna say something and you just give me your first thought.
My first thought.
All right. Usher, R. Kelly. All right, let's just move on.
I don't know what to say.
Like when you heard that news, did you pick up the phone like, hold up, what's up, my guy? I'm just saying.
I actually was in the studio. I was in the studio with Usher, right? We working on his new album, so I'm in the studio with him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm actually in the studio with him, so I'm dealing with all of that craziness right firsthand.
My God.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a tough one. Because if I had a homeboy like that, I would be looking at him like, yo, remember Stacy? That was me too, though. You good?
I mean, see, it's different though when you got to deal with the media and you're dealing with social media. It's a different situation because it's not okay. It's not factual. You know what I mean? It's just if Baller Alert said or one of these other places that people pay attention to, they believe that it's the truth. It's the facts. You know what I mean? So it's like, me being a Mr. Miyagi type of person to these artists that you I have to deal with it in a much sensitive, different situation matter than the way that I could deal with it as just my homeboy. You know what I mean? I have to really make sure that it ain't going in the direction that people feel like it is, so that we can continue to keep doing what we doing.
Absolutely. So will this be addressed in the new album? Confessions 3.
Watch my Instagram.
Oh, okay. All right. Keep it with First Thought. Janet Jackson pregnant.
Dope.
Yeah. Okay. Jay-Z Kanye beef.
Wow.
Yeah. You never really hear about you in no beefs like that.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Is it just something that you just shut down, or it's just your swagger? It's just the energy that you provide.
I ain't got no time for that, and I feel like you know what I mean. Like, I work too hard to try to get to where I'm at, and so many people be trying to stop you from doing what you got to do.
Right.
Like it ain't even no room for beefing. Like you know what I mean. Like first of all, if you beefing with somebody. I've been in beefs before, but I mean, if you beefing with people, it's like you taking time away from what you really need to be doing. Absolutely. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I got that time no more in my life to even play around with that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, man. Last but not least, I want to talk about what you're doing out here in Las Vegas.
Okay.
Let the people know what's going on with you.
Yeah, so I got my residency here in Vegas. I was like one of the first DJs, hip hop DJs to have a residency in Vegas for the last 6-7 years or something like that. But so I got my new residency at Tao.
Okay.
And I played last night.
All right.
And I usually play on a Thursday, and I play and then I play Tao Beach on Saturday. So if y'all want to see me tomorrow, y'all need to come to Tao Beach. You know what I mean? We'll have a good time. It be hot. You know what I mean?
Right.
Girls be clothes, clothes be halfway on and all that type of stuff.
Areola showing, looking like burnt pancakes.
Yeah.
What do you like to do most? Produce, DJ, dance,
all of it.
Television. All the same love.
It's all. I get a crazy enjoyment out of all, especially when DJing is like producing though, because you never know. We was just talking about that right now. Like, you don't know when you look out into the crowd what record that because I don't play sets that's already set.
Right.
I go straight off the cuff of what's happening. Right.
Absolutely.
So I pay attention to the crowd now. Gauge the crowd, ask them where they from, this, that, and the third. But it's hit or miss. You could throw on a record and the crowd don't actually make no kind of gesture or scream or move. And me, when I DJ, I really be throwing on records trying to get the crowd's attention like that. Whoa.
Right.
Yeah. So I be with that, right? So sometimes if you throw a record on and you don't gauge the crowd right, and you don't get that, you be feeling like, oh man, I just messed up. But last night I threw on the Cardi B record, and the crowd.
They go crazy.
Yeah, they ain't look like that was that type of crowd, right? But they was on it.
She got a hit record.
Yeah, the girls was in the club. They was going crazy on that. So I mean, the DJing feels like producing, because it's the same. Like I said, producing. Right. You make a beat, you don't know what's gonna happen. You put it out. Right. Some people might not like it. Some people might love it. But once it snapped, and you're like, oh, so those two things are the same. And then I think like the TV show too. You know what I mean? Like. The TV show is like, I didn't know what to expect with a TV show. Right. But my numbers, from my first season, like my first episode of the Rap Game was like 1.2 million people watching the show. So it's like probably higher than a lot of these new TV shows that y'all seeing. That, like, as far as the first time people watch the show. Yeah. Because a lot of people were saying, like, we don't want to see no kid rappers, this, that, and the third. For the numbers to be like that
somebody want to see it.
Yeah, a lot of people want to see it.
Hell yeah. What did you think when you heard Jay-Z's new album 444?
I thought it was amazing. Okay. I still think it's amazing. I think it's what he did was he went and he found the right person to produce a record that he wanted to make feel like a piece of art. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not. You listen to that record, I hear different things even to this day, and I didn't listen to it like 40 times. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still be hearing things, like hearing stuff that he's saying, and then just him rapping. I've been a Jay-Z fan since before Money Anything. So it's like, just to hear him just focus on him actually being that lyrical at this date in his life. You know what I mean? And it moved people the way it do. It's an amazing album.
Who is your favorite artist of all time?
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson, hands down.
Yeah.
JD, man, I want to thank you for sliding by, kicking it with your boy, man. I sure do appreciate it. Yeah. Y'all go check him out at Tao.
Yeah, come
Tao
up there,
Beach.
man. Tao Beach tomorrow. We gonna be up there. What time we going? Like 2?
3?
3 to 5.
Yeah,
right when it's burning outside. You know what I mean? Right when it's burning outside.
Absolutely. Hey, make sure you know your weave glue is together, because it will burn it loose, ladies. I just want to let y'all know that. Jermaine Dupri, Hot 97.5. Thank you, brother, for stopping by, man. I'm going to say something, and you just give me your first thought.
My first thought.
All right. Usher, R. Kelly.